Welcome to Meathead Test Kitchen, where food and fitness come to hang out. Nutrition, training, and life. It's all fair game on Meathead Test Kitchen.
Welcome to Meathead Test Kitchen, a podcast that focuses on wherever you are on your fitness journey and striving to make it suck a whole lot less. I'm Sausha.
I'm Sadie.
And today we wanted to circle back to alcohol. When this episode will be released, it will be within a few days of a major drinking holiday, and we discussed how alcohol affects your gains to some extent in episode 22, so definitely go back and check that if you want to add to your notes on our discussion on alcohol.
Man, St. Patrick's Day in college was a whole other
Thinking
level.
about it at almost 37 gives me anxiety and I feel nauseous automatically.
Yeah, my liver hurts just thinking about eating Lucky Charms and Guinness for breakfast at 6 a.m. What the fuck were we doing?
I don't know, but it was bad news bears.
Learn from our mistakes. Don't do that. Of course you can drink if you're of age. With anything else in life, moderation is going to be key. And there's a ton of options between beer, wine, liquor. There's also tons of options for non-alcoholic choices as well. We're going to dive into that today. For more of the effects on alcohol of your fitness journey, again, we cover that in detail in episode number 22.
So beer. There's lots of songs about beer.
Real Big Fish is the first one that comes to brain.
Right. And there's like, I can't think of that song off the top of my head, but like in the middle of the song randomly, it just goes, beer. And
beer
so
is good.
I'm
beer is good.
Very excited to talk about beer. It's great. It's honestly my go-to, like, especially it's getting nicer. The weather is in Nebraska. And I love sitting in my driveway, cracking open one after a hard day or a long week.
I mean, yeah, that driveway beer is clutch.
I don't think that anything beats it, really. Like
Maybe
pull up a camping chair, crack open a ice cold whatever.
A pool beer, maybe?
Yeah, pool beers are good.
I mean, you're flexing if you have a pool, which is okay.
Right.
Have a pool. I don't know why people have pools in Nebraska, though, in ground, because you can only use them for 3 months out of the year.
Right.
Like, I had a pool when we lived in the tropics, and I used it maybe 5 times a month.
Right. Exactly.
So, anyway, if you want a pool, cool, get it. Drink a beer beside it. You'll have a good time.
Yes, absolutely you will. There's a ton of options for beers. It depends on what your flavor preference is.
Yeah,
like,
it really does depend
not
on
everybody
what you
likes, a Coors Light. Sometimes some people like darker beers or IPAs or what the hell ever.
I mean,
there's tons of options.
Yeah, there are a metric shit ton of options when it comes to beer now, because I remember when craft beer first started and it was very few and far between, especially in Nebraska. It took a while to catch on here. And then now it's just, you can't throw a rock down the street without hitting like 5 tap rooms. And I love it.
It's awesome.
But yeah, beer, it really just depends on what you like. When people ask for beer suggestions, I have a bunch of friends that are like Cicerone certified beer servers and stuff. Yeah. And that's the first question they ask is, well, what do you like? Yeah. Because if you don't know what you like, it's really hard to steer you in a direction of a style of beer that you will like.
Exactly.
So if you like light beer, Mick Ultra is a good choice if you want just a straight up beer. It's like 95 calories per serving.
Yeah.
You could go with Corona Light. Since it is St. Patrick's Day, Guinness. Guinness is my first like dark beer love. Like, it's not a super, super dark beer. And
it's not like an old Rasputin where you're drinking straight tar.
Oh,
it's so good though.
I love that though.
It's good. Old Rasputin is not a light option.
The thicker, the better. Yeah.
Guinness is, though.
Guinness is a light
beer.
option. Yeah. It's like 125 calories per can. Budweiser Select 55 is 55 calories per can. Mm-hmm. They also make a 99 calorie version of it.
Yes.
Old Milwaukee is doing non-alcoholic beer now. Like, that was weird to see that. I was like,
it just gives me heartburn thinking about it. But if you like it, they have a light version.
I mean, we've come a long way from just O'Doul's.
Yes, that's true. I've noticed that like a lot of the local breweries around Nebraska are putting out their best-selling beers in lower calorie version as well. Like Bell's Lighthearted, Boulevard's Easy Sport, Dogfish Head Slightly Mighty is really, really good.
Yes.
And Goose Island's Slow Low is really good also.
So if you, they're technically, I think they're just called like sport beers. Because now they are releasing an entire genre of beer to people like us who are kind of calorie conscious, but we still know how to cut loose and enjoy life every now and then.
Right.
So yeah, if you go somewhere and you just say, hey, what do you have for sport beers? they will have like probably a couple of options for you, at least in the cooler, if not on tap.
Yeah. Usually you'll find those, like the specialty beers like that, are kind of tucked away in a corner.
Yes.
That's where I've found them anyway. At like, for instance, my Hy-Vee that's by my house.
Literally the back corner
literally
of the beer cooler.
In a corner, like shoved all the way against the wall. But that's where you'll find them. But we're also lucky, like you said, in Nebraska too, to have there's like Beer Corner USA has like any beer that you could want to find, and the lower calorie counterparts you can find at Beer Corner USA, which is close to downtown.
Yeah, you can find a lot of beer between like Hy-Vee's, because Hy-Vee has a great beer selection.
Yes, they do.
We've got Beer Corner. We've got Wine, Beer, and Spirits. I think it's Wine, Beer, and Spirits Superstore, but I call it Toys R Us Liquor.
Yes, because it is in the old Toys R Us.
Yes, because it's literally in the old Toys R Us on 144th and Center. The Oakview Toys R Us that I used to go to as a kid is now my favorite liquor store. It's come full circle. It's a beautiful time to be alive. And then Spirit World.
Yes.
Spirit World is locked and loaded as well, and they're in Exarban now.
Yes.
So.
Spirit World's awesome. They have... It's
the only place in Omaha where I can find my favorite Puerto Rican rum.
Literally.
That and the Rum Club downtown are the only places that you can get it.
Yeah. At least you can find it.
Yeah, it's $50 a bottle, but it's worth it. When it comes to tracking beer, remember, you can do this by attributing your total calories to either your carbs or your fat. Because if you did listen to the What the F is a Macro episode, you've learned that carbs and fat are somewhat interchangeable in your macro scheme. So for example, you have a Mick Ultra, it's 95 calories. That's going to be roughly 24 grams of carbs.
Yeah. And like tracking alcohol, I recommend doing it just because it's like anything else. Like you're writing down every single thing you're putting in your body. And when you forget or don't track your liquid calories, that can really creep up, and that might be the reason that you're stalled out or something.
Absolutely. That 9 times out of 10 is why people aren't making the progress that they want to see, because we don't realize how many calories we drink.
Drinking your calories. Yep.
So that's why it's a good habit to make 0-calorie drinks a habit, and then have, your beer, your soda, whatever in the meantime.
It all works. It all fits. Everything fits. We talk about that all the time.
Move your puzzle pieces around to make it work, and you're good.
NA beers are a great option if you want beer flavor, but not the sluggishness the next day. It obviously depends on how much you're drinking, but even one sometimes for me, I'm like really slow the next day. We could do an entire episode on NA beers, and I think we're actually probably going
should,
to.
Yeah.
We both tried a ton, and to be honest, like a lot of them are really, really good. I can't tell that they don't have alcohol in them.
You can't. And that's coming from a former alcoholic myself. I can't tell the difference. If I'm making a beer cocktail and I use it, it's great. People need to get over the NA beer thing. Like,
it's not O'Doul's.
It's not O'Doul's. A, it's not O'Doul's. B, you know how many times I wished I had something that looked like a beer that I could put in a pint glass so people leave me alone and don't try to buy me a shot?
Exactly.
Like, I get that you're doing it because you're my friend and you want me to get fucked up with you, and that's cool, but that's not me anymore.
Right, so, exactly.
Like, if we go somewhere and they have root beer on tap, I will get a pint of root beer, and I will just carry that around the bar because it looks like it's a heavy beer. It looks like a dark beer.
Like when you go out, that's just kind of like, not to go off on a tangent, but that's the culture we live in. Like you go to a bar, you're expected to be drinking beer.
Yep.
If you don't like to drink beer, maybe you don't like beer at all. But you like the taste, the flavor of beer.
Yeah.
Like there's a
flavor profile that you can like and still not have the alcohol.
I really like I love dark beers, and there's quite a few that I've found that are like the coffee stouts that I love. Tastes exactly like the real thing. There's like a cream oatmeal stout that I found that's NA. It's so good. You can't tell like at all. I'm like, this is like, and I'm a one and done with the dark beers anyway, just because it's too heavy for me sometimes. But like
I love
fills
dark
that
beer.
Void for me.
But the thing with dark beer is that those are the heavy hitters. Like you can have a really delicious stout or porter, and those things are like 12%, and you're done after a pint.
Yeah.
Like myself, I have like half of a shot or half of a beer, and I get that reaction where my body starts to give me the rash, and it's like, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
So NA beer has been great for me because every now and then I do want to drink a beer in a social setting, but I don't want to feel like shit. So if you're in the same situation, or if you're trying to cut down on drinking or quit altogether, which your body will thank you, trust me, my body likes me so much more after I quit drinking.
Yeah.
But I also hit it real hard at the start of life when it came to, I was boozing it before I was legally allowed to, and hard. So, just make it work for you. You'll find something that tastes good that you do like, and just try a couple of things until then. And you know what? You might be a trendsetter in your group of friends, because we've got friends now too that are like, oh, I'm going to pick up some Budweiser Zero on my way home from work today. And yeah, you don't have to get sauced every day.
Right.
I feel like the drinking culture in America is we drink to get fucking wasted as fast as humanly possible.
Sometimes it's not like, and it depends on the circle of people that you've got around you, but I feel like drinking culture, like really in the United States, like if you're not getting fucked up, like you're not drinking.
Yeah.
It's like you can have a beer.
I can tell.
Singular.
A beer. I could always tell when we lived in PR who was an American and who wasn't sitting at the bar. Yeah. Because I can tell by how fast you're drinking and how you're acting where you're from. Because the U.S. treats alcohol so much more. It's more taboo here for some reason, where in Europe it's a social aspect of life, and it's taught from your teens to adulthood that like, hey, this is a thing that exists in our culture. This is something we do for enjoyment. We're going to teach you how to do it responsibly.
Right.
What a concept.
Exactly.
We don't do that here for some reason.
No, we do not.
So, spring break, a bunch of 18-year-old kids who are legal to drink in Puerto Rico, shit show.
Yeah.
So don't be like that. Coors, they have a really good NA option. Budweiser Zero. It tastes better than 55 Select, which also tastes pretty good if you're looking for a low-calorie beer option. It's 50 calories per can, and it's really, really awesome in beer butt chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. That flavor oh gosh.
Yes.
That sounds amazing right now.
Yeah, shove a can of Budweiser Zero up your chicken's ass and it'll be delicious.
One of my favorites that I found recently is Mango Cart. It's so good.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it's specific, like what kind of beer that is.
It's
it just
an
tastes
IPA.
good.
I believe it's a mango IPA.
It's so good.
It is delicious.
You can't, I could drink those like soda. They're so good. I found this at Hy-Vee, like we've mentioned before. Super delicious. Athletic Brewing Company, which if you're in Nebraska specifically, I know because I looked this up, you can find that now at some of your Hy-Vees.
Yes, they are, I think they are a subsidiary or part of Boulevard Brewing now. So yeah, Athletic Brewing only does NA beers. They do nothing but non-alcoholic.
And they do a lot of seasonal. So they've got like a summer shandy type of one out right now, and they've got an IPA because you need to have one. And then they have just like their straight up beer, which is pretty good.
Yeah, Athletic Brewing is solid. We're going to do some bonus content for St. Patrick's Day on our favorite NAs. So don't forget to check that out on our YouTube page, youtube.com/Meathead Test Kitchen, I believe is what it is, or just search Meathead Test Kitchen.
Yeah, there you go.
We're pretty unique and we have great SEO. So if you look up Meathead Test Kitchen YouTube, you'll find it right away. Don't forget that you can use NA beer to make your favorite beer cocktails too, like micheladas, red beers. Some people like their Bloody Mary with a side of a light beer. You can do that too. You won't miss the alcohol, I promise. You won't be able to tell.
You can't. You really can't. I mean, unless you're like putting liquor in there for
unless it was like already a heavy beer. If it was like a 12% beer and then you go to the NA version, you might be able to tell the difference. But other than that,
seltzers, another good option.
Yes.
I think they taste okay, and if you're into sparkling flavored water, this might be your jam. But keep in mind, they typically have a higher alcohol content than just like a Coors Light does.
Yes, because they are technically a malt liquor beverage, I believe.
Yes.
They can send you into hangover territory real quick, so make sure that you're pacing yourself with the seltzers, because they can hit pretty hard on a hot day.
For sure. Wine. Yay. I don't know when or why this happened, but it happened to my husband, Brian, also. Like in my adult life, I've grown to like love wine and appreciate wine.
I feel like the stereotype of a certain age in wine is definite. Yeah. Like I said on Facebook.
We're sitting next to each other now. I can like...
I know, but I'm just saying, like, we're in that
I am
phase
a stereotype.
where we're simultaneously accepting the fact that we're grannies, but we're still also denying the fact that we're grannies.
Right.
We're just somewhere in the middle.
Your girl loves a good cab.
I mean, I appreciate a good glass of wine too. Man. It can't be beat sometimes.
I don't get like super nerdy. Like my favorite red wine is got to be Freak Show. It's so good. Like, and like you'll walk by the bottles in the wine section. Honestly, I buy wine based off of what the label looks like. Like the cooler or more fucked up it is on the outside, I want to drink that.
Have you had the Walking Dead wine?
No.
Oh, I don't know if I have any more. I used to have a couple of bottles. They might be in the basement. I'm not sure, but it's got zombies on the Walking Dead comic book. Zombies are on the labels, and then there was an app, and it would play it in real time, like it was an
19
animated
Crimes
label. Yes,
does that.
they were the ones
That's
that.
cool.
They were the ones that bottled it.
Nice.
Random tangent about nerdy zombie shit for you right there. Hi, that's going to happen from time to time. Wine is a great option. It's a low-calorie option. It's heart healthy. If you have a glass or two of wine a day in moderation is good for your heart.
Not a whole bottle.
Yeah, you can't down the whole thing.
Glasses. I mean, you can.
Pace yourself. Make that bottle last 3 or 4 days, and then you're good. Rosé is going to cost you about 120 calories per glass. Moscato is going to be on the higher end, too, because it is a sweet wine. That's my favorite.
I love Moscato.
Moscato and Riesling are my shit.
Yes. Relax, that blue bottle. It's my favorite Riesling.
Yes.
So good.
I mean, I'm white trash, so barefoot Moscato, straight out the bottle. Hey.
We used to just get box wine, and we call it space bagging when you just... I was in my early 20s. We would space bag it and just drink it straight out of the bag.
I had a box of Franzia hiding in my hamper in my college apartment.
To be college aged again. My God.
Fucking Franzia red living because it didn't have to be in the refrigerator.
Right.
I could just...
Right. And you don't even need a glass. You just shove your head underneath the
how to be an alcoholic in college. Jesus. You don't sleep and you just drink all the time. You hide booze in your fucking hamper.
Hey.
Champagne's going to be around 90 calories a glass. White wine, about 121. Red wine's going to cost you about 125 calories per glass. You will have some carbs because it is from fruit. And I'm sorry, grapes have carbs.
Yeah. Sorry. I mean, hashtag breaking news.
Like everything has carbs. That's why you should eat them.
If you want to opt for a non-alcoholic option, you can reach for sparkling juice. They have 0 proof wine and champagne. There's one brand, and I know this exists because when my grandpa was still alive, he'd buy it all the time because he missed drinking wine. He loved drinking it, but because of the medications he was on, he couldn't drink anymore. Okay. It's called, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's just FRE. And
so
they've
like
got
Frey or Free?
Yeah. So they've got every single type of wine you could want under the sun. I think it tastes pretty close to what a normal, I just bought like a Cabernet, the Cabernet knockoff, and I thought it tasted pretty close. Okay. It tastes more grapey than a wine will because it's not fermented,
like
but
that,
not like
though.
grape juice.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. It's like in between the two. It's pretty good. And you can use sparkling juice for brunch mimosas.
Yes.
Hey, and anything else that you put champagne in.
Yeah, mimosas, Bellinis.
Yeah.
What other fancy French shit can you do? Sparkling juice.
Shit with OJ.
Juice. Yeah, OJ and peach juice, I think, is in Bellinis, if I remember correctly.
And gin, usually.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah, gin.
Yeah. Christmas trees.
Gin and I are not friends.
I don't like it either.
Shots. I mean, you can do shots. It depends on your frame of mind. Maybe they serve their purpose, but keep in mind that your body does need time to process alcohol. The problem with shots is we, again, as Americans, don't exercise very good moderation when it comes to doing shots. Because in my experience with our group of friends, and maybe that's just our group of friends because we were a bunch of alcoholics, but we would get shots and we would get an entire fucking tray of them. So there would be like 25 shots for like 6 of us. Yeah. You just start going. That's like a third of a bottle of alcohol.
Or you're ordering a beer and a shot every time you order something. I don't miss that.
PBR and a shot of Jack. Hello.
Exactly. Oof. So like things like vodka sodas, like diet, this soda water with lemon is about 96 calories. A no syrup mojito is less than 100 calories.
Yeah, you can use stevia or agave nectar as your sweetener if you do want the sweetness in the mojito. Make sure that you're slapping your lime. This is something, or not lime, your mint. This is something
it wakes it up.
It does.
You abuse it.
So the Bacardi people at the Bacardi factory in PR, they teach you when you go to their class that you pay for, they teach you how to make a couple drinks when you make a mojito. And they're like, do not crush the mint. It makes the drink look disgusting. Slap it.
Slap it.
Slap that shit. Slap your mint, throw it in there.
Slap your mint like you slap your person's ass. I learned this from my neighbors actually because they had a mint plant in their backyard. Ooh. And so they would make mojitos all the time. Yeah. And they're like, Andy was our neighbor's name. He'd always come out and he'd be like, anyone want to help me slap the mint? And we're like, okay, dude.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, Andy, hand it over.
It's great, though, because you see these bartenders and they're just very graciously with their little tiny pair of tongs laying 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's just like, bam. Laying the smack down. Same applies for mint juleps.
Yes. Ooh.
Treat your mint nicely. Yes. Slap it around a little bit. I don't usually tell you to slap things around, but slap your mint.
You don't need to like mortar and pestle it.
No, because then it gets all gummy and gross
mortar
and weird.
Pestle?
Pestle? We say
we're
words
leaving this
for
in
jobs.
the episode. I screw things up too. Bloody Marys, goodness gracious. Oh. Bloody Marys are going to be less than 100 calories per.
I love me a good BM.
I do too. I really do. And that is a double entendre. Diet gin and tonic is about 120 calories. A martini, which I love martinis, around 128. Dirty with extra olives and extra olive juice. Moscow Mule is another favorite of mine. Apparently I just like liquor. With diet ginger beer is about 80 calories per. Put a ton of lime in there, like actual real lime.
Moscow Mule might be my favorite mixed drink.
It's my favorite summer drink.
That is the last drink that I drank that I got super drunk.
Really?
I drank an entire bottle of Tito's at our Christmas party one time because we threw, like, Phil's company threw a Christmas party.
Yeah.
And we had it at Beercade, and I drank an entire bottle of Tito's that night, and I may or may not have repainted a bathroom stall with vomit.
Oh, I thought you were going to say when I got home.
Nope.
You literally did.
Didn't even make it out of the bar.
Oh, man.
Puked on my shoes, and then I went to Jake's and passed out
in
at
one
a
of the
table
booths.
in a booth by the window. Just Benson things, you know.
Yeah. Welcome to Omaha, Nebraska.
Right. I'm going to put together a mini cheat sheet of some low-cal drink recipes and their caloric counts. So you'll be able to find that on the website attached to this week's episode notes at meatheadtestkitchen.com. It'll be more like a booklet than a cheat sheet, but just something you can keep on hand, save it on your phone or screen cap it. I think it's easier
just to have something like, especially if you're trying to be mindful of the things that you're putting in your body. Like it's nice to have something like that. They do now have 0 proof spirits. So like I'm kind of excited to like mess around. I bought it's literally 0 proof, I think is what it's called. But I got some whiskey and I'm really excited to get it so that we can kind of tinker around with that and make some different drinks because I really love old fashions. But I don't want to feel like shit the next day. So
old fashions are a very popular choice at our house too. Yeah.
But they do have 0 proof gin, 0 proof whiskey, vodka. I've seen tequila as well.
Yes.
They're not going to taste exactly like them, but they're pretty damn close.
Yeah. I mean, if you do a shot, you're going to be able to tell the difference. Yeah. But if you put the fake tequila in a margarita, you're probably not going to be able to tell.
It'll fill out that flavor profile just like normal tequila would. You just won't feel like shit.
Yep. And we don't have that yet in Nebraska or Iowa. I've looked at a lot of them. Ritual is the main brand that I've been seeing a lot of. They are in Kansas City and Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Not Omaha.
No,
so they'll ship to us though. So I might buy the 3-pack and see what they have.
Yeah.
What a concept. They will ship things here.
Well, and they've got 2 like pre-mixed 0 proof beverages now too, which I'm kind of interested to try just to see. I've seen it keeps popping up on my Instagram.
I'm hoping we get
the mocktail trend is like,
I love mocktails. My bartender friends in PR were making me mocktails a long time ago after they figured out that I literally, like, they tried to feed me alcohol for so long and I tried to hang and it just wrecked me every time that finally they're like, you're not drinking anymore. We're going to make you a mocktail. And I'm like, thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, one of my favorite mocktails is called the Santa Rosemary and it's got a rosemary sprig in it and it's soda water and this really, really good fruit juice. And
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's nice and refreshing.
There's like, and there, like we said, there's like a ton of, like, just speaking specifically in Nebraska, but like the smaller bars that do the specialty drinks and stuff like that, which are everywhere anymore. Typically, if you just ask them to make you a mocktail, they will.
And
they're
that's all
great
you have
at
to
what
say.
they do.
Yeah, just say, hey, can I get a mocktail? And 9 times out of 10, they'll sub out whatever alcohol for soda water.
Yeah. And it tastes pretty damn close to the same.
You're not missing out. You're still getting the same. You're still being social. You're still feel like you're drinking, but you're not going to feel like trash the next day. Especially those sugary drinks. Those sugary drinks will mess you up.
You're already going to be dehydrated. because of alcohol.
Yeah.
And then you're adding sugar. Which is going to further
and
dehydrate
more
you.
sugar.
And
And McDonald's French fries.
oh yeah, you can't go out for a night of drinking without stopping and getting a large Whopper
Or
Nope,
$40
that's not
in
right.
Taco
Big Mac.
Bell. Or $40 in Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Either way.
one person.
A couple of tips and tricks from us because we've been there. Eat. For the love of God, please eat. Getting drunk on an empty stomach is dumb. Not only is it dumb, but it's a surefire way to make sure that your night ends way sooner than you planned on it doing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You'll be done after 2 hours.
You get like that song, The Creep. That's what your alcohol do to you. Except that it's
yeah.
out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like getting hit by a bus.
Yeah. It'll
You're
hit
good,
you all
you're
at one
good,
time.
you're good, and then bam, you're on the
good,
floor.
not good.
Yeah.
Hydrate. Honestly, like for me, a good rule of thumb, obviously pacing yourself, but putting a water in between each drink,
Yes.
like will help you feel not as shitty the next morning.
Or another NA beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could beer, water, NA. Beer, water, NA. Like
Yeah.
that'll help you stretch out your night a little bit.
Have snacks.
Yes.
Eat before
Snacks.
you start, but also have snacks while you're drinking.
Yes.
Pretzel necklaces are a good
Hey.
option for that. Like,
Yes.
I know you look stupid when you're walking around with the fucking piece of yarn with pretzels on it,
Hey,
but who cares?
but it'll help you out in the end.
It does.
We're
It
just
does.
here to help.
I'm that person, though, that goes to Beer Fest, and after the first 20 minutes, my pretzel necklace is gone because I was hungry.
Oh, yeah. They only give you little samples.
Where'd your necklace go? I wanted a snack.
I was hungry.
Dude,
Can
there
I
were
have
like
yours?
40 pretzels on there. Yeah.
And I like food.
Hello. Make low-cal drinks to get the most bang for your macro buck. You can do that by using diet sodas. You can do that by using artificial sweetener. You can do that by not using like full sugar fruit juice. Like you have a bunch of options. Basically anything that you would drink to sub out as a low-cal option, you can put in your alcoholic drink. And it won't be exactly the same, but it'll be pretty close. And it'll probably
they have
scratch
diet
the itch.
everything now.
I know.
Like they have half sugar cranberry juice. If you like vodka cranberries, just get the diet version of it. You're saving yourself like 75 calories. Worth it.
Yes. They have low-carb Bloody Mary mixes now as
Yes. Yeah, they do. Which is, I mean, the marketing people at these companies know what they're doing. They're
Yes.
trying to help you out too.
Yes. Take advantage of that. We live in a country where everything is at our fingertips.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes we take that for granted and we don't run with it like we should. Our grocery stores are ridiculously like diverse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take advantage of that. I
sure.
lived in a place for a long time where we only had 5 options of Pop-Tart.
Yeah. Oh,
That's it.
sad.
You
That just
get
made me
frosted
really sad.
strawberry, unfrosted strawberry, blueberry, s'mores, and cinnamon. That's
I like
it.
cinnamon.
I'm a frosted strawberry girl, so I can't really complain. But when we moved back to the States and I went to Hy-Vee, I was like, holy shit, there's like an entire aisle of Pop-Tarts. What?
This is amazing. Don't forget too that they now have skinny, basically everything.
Yes.
Skinny pre-made cocktails like margaritas. I've seen like a Maui Wowie.
Yeah, the freezer pouches.
Yeah, they make the like half the calorie versions of basically anything now in a pre-made thing. And they're also quick and easy options if you want to drink but not take in a ton of calories.
Yes. Take advantage of all of those pre-done, pre-mixed things. Like anything, I mean, you're going to have some additives. You're going to have preservatives. They might be a little junky because they are pre-mixed, but use it with moderation and you're good. I mean, mix a skinny drink in with, having a beer or whatever. You can make it work. Anybody that tells you that you can't do something is like so wrong. Like,
Right.
let me just be straight with you for a
just-
second about that. Anybody tells you that you can't go enjoy yourself by having a beer with your friends, don't listen to them because you can't. We're not robots. And especially now, I feel like human beings need social interaction face to face
Absolutely.
more than ever. And we are on the precipice of that finally being able to happen again.
so
Start working on
maybe
your...
the NA beer episode happens in a kiddie pool in the front yard. And we just record there.
I did just buy an 8-foot inflatable pool that I'm picking up this afternoon.
I think we'll just have floaties and we'll come to you live from the swimming pool and talk about our favorite NA beers
We're already
and enjoy
coming
ourselves.
to you live from the garage, so
We're
why
at
not,
HQ.
right? We
Welcome.
can just, hi, welcome to my garage. Isn't that nice?
In summation, alcohol obviously can be fun. It can also fit into your journey, just like anything else. It's moderation. The mocktail craze is still going strong. It's alive and well, and we'll post some of of our favorite recipes on meatheadtestkitchen.com along with the notes. And if you have any questions about our favorites that we may not have mentioned, we didn't touch on, something that you enjoy that you'd like to find the lower calorie counterpart for, always feel free to email us hello@meatheadtestkitchen.com or hit up our DMs on Instagram.
Or Twitter or Facebook or TikTok or whatever. Just search Meathead Test Kitchen on any of those and we show up right away because branding is awesome and nobody else has a name like us. So you look up Meathead Test Kitchen and boom, you get our dumbasses. Congratulations. We're proud to be a Hurrdat Media podcast. Please subscribe and rate us everywhere that you stream podcasts. So if you're not following us on Spotify or Apple Podcast or Stitcher or Deezer or Google or Amazon or iHeartRadio, literally everything except for maybe SoundCloud.
Yeah, no, we don't use
SoundCloud. We don't have SoundCloud. Sorry, if I go viral, I can't tag my SoundCloud on Twitter. When you're not keeping up with us, you can check out any of the other podcasts on the Hurrdat Media Network, Hollywood Raw, Schick and Nick Baugh Show, Pops and Hisses, At Home with Ben and Livy. They just dropped a new episode. Joe just had a fight last weekend, so they talk about that in this week's episode, which is pretty
soul-crushing.
Yeah, but it's a good episode.
It's really good. It's real. It's raw. When the whole cast and lineup and crew for Hurrdat Media is so diverse, there's something for anybody. So go to hurrdatmedia.com. You can check out all the podcasts on the network there.
Yep. And in the meantime, we do have an unbeatable deal for you if you're a Husker football fan or Husker sports fan in general, because sports are back, thankfully. You can get a 3-month subscription to Hail Varsity for the price of a month. That is only $2.99 for 3 months using our promo code MEATHEAD, MEATHEAD, Meathead. I can't do it. I was trying to spell it YMCA style. That doesn't work very well. A Hail Varsity subscription includes both the magazine and the all-premium digital content, which... Chef's kiss is beautiful.
Yes.
That's a deal you don't want to miss out on. Hail Varsity is above and beyond when it comes to covering Husker athletics. Nobody does it better than them. We are biased because they're our friends, but they do a really good job, and you should check it out. Yes. You can get 3 months of Hail Varsity for $2.99. Subscribe now at hailvarsity.com/subscribe and use the code MEATHEAD.
Also, we now have MTK merch. So if you want to support the podcast by buying a sticker or a hoodie or a hat, we've got little gym bags. So go to the Hurrdat Media website and you can go to shop and find our store and you can rep MTK wherever you go.
That's so wild. We have merch.
Tight.
Let me be real for a second and say thank you for being a part of this wild fucking journey that has been the last 6 months of our lives. We really appreciate you, and we will talk to you next week. MTK. Out.
Join Sadie and Sausha every Monday, helping to make your fitness and nutrition journey suck less. MTK.
A Hurrdat Media Production.